Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome to the Bourbon Banter.
We have, I think, a special treat for you today. We each brought a bottle.
Yeah.
So what'd you get?
I went to the store and thought it was fitting to treat myself to something this week and brought the Bulleit Bourbon 10-year-old aged.
So
what did you bring?
This is something we absolutely did not synchronize, but I went to the store as well.
Yeah.
And something caught my eye.
Same store?
Does it matter?
That really doesn't.
And I actually got a Bulleit bottle as well.
Oh.
And it's the Bulleit Barrel Strength Uncut Limited Bourbon Bottle.
No, wait. Just dealing with the label. What is the difference? I know this one is aged 10 years. What does barrel strength actually mean?
So barrel strength is a bottle that comes right out of the barrel and isn't cut with any water.
Okay.
So as a result, yours is a little lighter. I can already see that on the eye. Mine is a little darker.
But it's aged 10 years, this one. So you would think it still would be a little bit, stronger or dark.
It's aged 10 years, but even though it's aged 10 years, which is fantastic, it's cut with some water when it comes out, which lowers the proof. Whereas barrel proof, it comes right out, right from the barrel into the bottle.
Okay.
So what's the proof on your bottle?
Okay, so let me read the label here. The proof on my bottle is 91.2 proof. How about yours? So
mine is 61.7% alcohol.
It?
So that's 120.
Wait, so not it?
3.4 proof. I just did the math.
Wait, say that again?
It's 123.4 proof.
Gosh.
So, and your alcohol content, this is obviously kind of a basic.
Are we ready, folks?
A basic statement. You double it to get the proof. So anyway, this is very strong. And hopefully will be very flavorful. But that has been aged 10 years. Normal Bulleit is aged much less than 10 years.
We are armed and dangerous with 2 bullets.
We sure are.
So which one do you want to try first?
So, ladies' choice.
All right. You know what? Age before beauty. Let's go that route.
Shall we?
Right.
All right. So we're going to go for the 10-year first. So one of the things that I know a little bit about Bulleit, and Bulleit has a higher rye content than a lot of other bourbons.
Okay.
So, bourbon is, I think everybody knows, has to be, in order to be labeled bourbon, 51+% corn. But it also has rye or wheat and some malted barley. But Bulleit is known to have a particularly high rye content. So let's see how that comes across in the tasting.
And the gentleman's name, is it Tom Bulleit?
I don't know.
From the distillery? I think it is actually. I think I remember that. And for the life of me, ever since I've been drinking bourbon, I've been wanting to say Bulleit. Like, I've never really understood what the correct pronunciation is, but I know now that it is Bulleit.
Well, it's not spelled Bulleit.
It isn't. It's
spelled
confusing.
Bulleit.
Right.
Which is kind of an odd pronunciation. Bulleit.
The world of bourbon.
The world of bourbon. But you know what? The regular Bulleit is probably one of the biggest staples in bars and kind of a standard mixer.
People love it.
But this is, the 10-year is a much nicer sipping bourbon. So let's take a look.
Aroma?
The color it's got a very nice caramel.
It's like the color of this table, actually. It's like a very rich caramel color. Would you say it's more caramelly?
It's got a beautiful caramel color. Let's give it a little.
I honestly don't smell a lot of alcohol.
No, there's not a lot of alcohol burn. It's definitely
caramel.
It's definitely a little oaky. You definitely because I think it's because of the high rye profile. You definitely sense the fact that there's a significant amount of kind of wood.
I'm not getting a lot of spice actually. Maybe a little cinnamon.
Yeah,
a little cinnamon.
A little bit of cinnamon with I think somewhat of a mix of spices. Just kind of some higher end spices.
Maybe a little cardamom.
Wow.
I know, right? Isn't that like a bizarre scent?
I don't even know what that is.
I know.
What is cardamom?
It's cooking for so long. It's a spice that's used in some like Middle East cooking.
Yeah, I think it's kind of when you go to a grill and you roast something and you put the wood chippers in, and it's kind of a mix of spiciness with kind of that wood burning flavor.
It's sweet though. It has a sweet aroma.
So let's taste it.
All right. Cheers, my friend.
It's not a very complex flavor.
No. Does not hit you a lot with a lot of alcohol when you first taste it.
It's very little burn.
Very little.
You don't feel much either in the front of your mouth or in the back of your throat.
I'm actually. Do you know where I'm feeling it? Actually, I'm feeling it on the sides. Actually, I'm feeling it in my cheeks.
You might have switched it around to get to that flavor. I mean, I'm not feeling it there because I just shot mine straight down my throat.
Wait, let me taste it again.
It's got a light flavor to me. I would say it's definitely still that kind of oaky, like toasted oaky flavor, which is very mild.
To be honest with you, I'm a little disappointed. It's not as complex as I expected it to be for a 10-year-old bourbon.
No,
it goes away. There's not a long nose to it. Okay, so we've taken 2 sips. I don't have anything going on right now. It's done. It's lovely and mild. There's nothing going on here.
You went and bought a bottle and it really didn't do anything for you, which is
but it's
a disappointment.
It's mild, right? It's mild. It's got a hint of sweetness. To me, it has a hint of caramel. It's not very complex to me.
Yeah, it's only a hint of sweetness, though. I mean, compared to other bourbons that we've tasted, it's I think definitely more on the grainy side of the bourbon family, and much less so on the sweet side.
No, I'm not getting a lot of burn, which is good. I don't like a lot of burn anyway in my bourbons, but it's very mild. And actually, we're drinking it neat also. And if it's mild neat, could you imagine it over ice?
If you put this on ice,
there's no flavor.
If you put this on ice, it would just swim away.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it wouldn't even be worth the taste. But I can't say I dislike it. I mean, I think it's a nice sipping bourbon, but it's certainly not something that
It's a nice, smooth.
You would fall in love with.
No, it's a smooth, comfortable bourbon with a non-aggressive kind of flavor approach. Mild caramel flavor.
It's a date that, at the end of it you say, do I ask her out again? And you're not sure. It's kind of a coin flip.
Yeah.
But it's not a definite no, and it's not a definite yes.
She has a nice personality.
Which we all know what that means.
All right,
let's see what the next one is.
That was interesting.
Well, that was
it. I mean, there's nothing bad.
Well, that one had a nice personality. Let's see if this one has any looks.
Funny? We expect a lot from our bourbons. Like when it's aged 10 years, I want it to be a little bit more thought-provoking and a little bit more complex. This was not as complex as I expected it to be. So, all right, this is the Bulleit.
This is the Bulleit barrel strength.
Right. Not mixed with any water.
So let's compare it. You can already see that it is a darker.
It's darker.
Because, it's clearly it's not mixed with any water, but it is a younger bourbon. So this is a barrel strength version that's more of the regular Bulleit. It's not the 10-year. So it's younger, but much stronger.
Rich caramel brown color. Right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's got a beautiful color.
It is. All right, now, of course, you can certainly smell more of the alcohol.
You can smell some heat on this.
Yeah.
But not overpowering.
No.
It's got a
you can definitely tell it's a higher proof though.
For the barrel proofs that we've had, it's not that much alcohol forward.
I'm actually, you know what? Actually, I have a little bit more of a fruity. I'm smelling some fruity.
You're absolutely right.
Like peachy. I'm almost smelling like peach.
Maybe a little raspberry, a little peach.
This one has a fruitier aroma to it.
Yep, it definitely does.
It's brighter.
It already, there's a scent that it's just more flavorful.
There's a
little bit more of a cornucopia.
Yeah.
Than the other one. The other one's just kind of very steadfast.
But again, is that going to come through on the palate?
There's only one way to find out.
I mean, okay, so let's think, wait. What came through on the palate? This came through on the aroma, a little bit spicy, but that didn't come through on the palate.
No, it was kind of bland on the palate.
Yeah, it was. This is, with the aroma, this is coming through brighter and peachier, fruitier, and just more spirited.
I can't wait to taste it.
All right, let's go for it. Let's
try
go for it, man.
Cheers. Wow, that is totally
Completely different.
This is the same brand, but a radically different flavor.
Hearty in the mouth. Complex.
Incredibly complex.
No burn. Oh my God, no burn. High alcohol content. I'm feeling no burn.
The tip of the tongue, though. It starts at the tip of the tongue. The second it touches your mouth, you feel the flavor wash over you.
Longer tail.
Yeah. Yeah, longer tail. You can taste the heat in it, but not in a way that's overpowering, just in a way that's flavorful.
No.
And quite delicious.
Let me see if the peach comes through on the palate as well.
You're right. Every time I put it up to my nose, I sense the fruit in it.
Mm-hmm.
It fills my mouth. I mean, it's everywhere. It
It's
coats
more
everything.
interesting. It's more complex. It's got more dimension. It's a little bit, it's not really spicier. It's got a higher alcohol content, so it's a little bit springier in your mouth. I don't know if it's like spice or
it's
just
not as
higher
grainy.
alcohol.
Like that is much more grainy and oak forward and woodsy.
I'm tasting
this
fruit
is not.
in this. I'm tasting like stone fruits, right? Like think of stewed apricots and stewed prunes. I'm tasting stewed fruits, like stone fruits.
I've never, there's two things you surprised me. One, I have no idea what a stone fruit is. I know what a stewed fruit is.
You know what this fruits with the pit.
Oh, okay. See, you're a chef. You have a level. She's got qualifications I just can't match. So apparently there's stone fruit.
I'm an Italian girl. We all know.
Peach.
Peachy.
I can accept the fact that it's just a very fruity, flavorful.
Fruity.
But
I'm not tasting like strawberry. I'm tasting like hearty autumny fruits in this.
So if you were at a bar and you were given the choice, because now we're at a point where we can compare the two. Mm-hmm. Would you it sounds like you like this one better. But would you categorically choose this, or are there times that you think you'd go for the 10-year Bulleit?
It depends on the mood. If I'm in a mood to be inspired, right? If I'm at a point in my week where I need inspiration from something and I want to get it from my spirit, I'm going to choose the barrel strength Bulleit, right? Because this, I can sit at a bar and I can drink this and I can think about all the various stone fruit flavors that are going through my mouth, and I can think about the world at large and just...
God, I wish stone fruit inspired me like this, because I can't say it ever has.
Now, if I'm having a tough week, right, and I want a relief. If I want something that's not going to give me a lot of trouble, that's just going to please me in a simple way. You know where I'm going.
Oh, it's the only way I know how to please.
Please me in a simple way without a lot of thinking involved.
Right.
I'm going to go for the 10-year-old, which shocks me. I would have thought that the 10-year-old bourbon would have had more complexity in its flavor. The barrel strength, way more complexity.
Unbelievable.
Longer tail, not a huge long tail.
Not really.
I'm not like.
I actually didn't feel a very long tail.
No.
I actually felt it's more front forward than it is kind of recapturing in the
You're
rear.
absolutely correct about that.
I see what you're saying. I think that basically.
What do you prefer?
I think I definitely prefer the barrel strength, but I think that what you're saying is I agree with. I think there's a time and place for both of them. I think that if you're interested in something that's smoother and just simpler to drink, choose the 10. It's got a nice flavor. It's not going to overwhelm you. If you want a nice kick and you want more flavor in your bourbon, this is a good choice. And I think this one wins for me.
This is the thinking person's bourbon.
We all like to be thinking people. And we like to be bourbon drinkers.
This is the lazy man's bourbon.
And sometimes we like to be lazy men.
We like to be both.
Either way, cheers, everybody.
Thank you for joining us on the Bourbon Banter. See you next time, guys.